arguably the first 7-inch we put out was, or I put out was, I think in 1981. I put out a 7-inch for my band, Bad Religion, and at that time I was a little skating grom, but over the years Epitaph has grown, and I kind of got out of skateboarding right after its sort of its birth in the late 70s, early 80s, which is when I was avidly skateboarding. And in the 90s, my label really had a heyday and sort of blew up with groups like Bad Religion, Rancid, Offspring, No Effects, who were really known for their connections to skate culture and punk rock. And that was sort of around the time of the birth of the Warped Tour. And through all that time, I wasn't skating at all. I mean, I was sort of helping lift the culture with the music and the athletes, and I was in it on the music side, but it wasn't until COVID hit and I discovered Evolve Skateboards that I got back into skateboarding, and for the last year, I've just been a complete Evolve fanboy.
Yeah.
Just literally skating 75 miles a week.
Wow. That's a lot.
Getting back into it.
Back into it.
Believe me, I call it dad boarding, you know what I mean? Because like a lot of the young kids on my label, you know, they're skateboarders, and they're like, you know, they're real skateboarders, and they're in it, and they're doing, you know, they're doing tricks, and they're doing, you know, street style, and they, you know, I think they look at what I'm doing, they think it's kind of cute, but they don't call it skateboarding, you know.
Have they had a go?
Well, that's the thing, right? Once I invite them over, they get hooked and they love it. In fact, I've got 2 guys coming over today. They'll skate with us later. But I think that's the thing, is once you try it, because it is skateboarding, but it is something all on its own. You know, it's a little bit like snowboarding on a perfect run that's infinite, and you can go uphill, and you don't have to wear heavy clothes.
And you
don't have to be locked in.
You don't have to go to the snow.
No, and you have to freeze your balls off. There are a number of artists on Epitaph Records, and I've heard this through the grapevine, that they're like, "Have you been over to Brett's house? Have you skated with him? Dude, you have to do it. It's so fun. Oh my God, go skate with Brett Gurewitz." And like, I bought a bunch of boards just so that, because I'm trying to rope people into skating with me all the time, you know. So a lot of them are like my dad friends who are like my age, but also like I've got all these young kids on my label who are legit good skaters, or if they're not in it now, they just were only a few years ago, so they can already skate. And you get someone who's never e-boarded, but they're a good skater, and you put them on one of these things, and they're just shredding instantly. You know, I mean, it took me probably 2 days to get my bearings, but these kids, they just get on it, and they're just like